Have you ever seen a human body preserved so well in ice that you can literally see every detail of their clothes, weapons, and even food? If you haven't, get ready to be amazed by the story of Ötzi the Iceman. So let's start from the beginning. Imagine hiking in the Alps and stumbling across a body in the ice. At first glance, you think it is just a recent tragedy. A mountain climber who didn't make it. But what if I told you that this body wasn't just a few decades old, but over 5,000 years old? Well, that's exactly what happened on September 19, 1991, too. German hikers were exploring the Ötzi Alps on the border of Austria and Italy when they came across a body partially covered in ice. They quickly alerted the authorities, who sent in rescue workers. Everyone assumed they were dealing with the body of a missing mountaineer, someone from the recent past. But when archaeologists examined the remains, they realized this wasn't just a few decades old. It was several millennia old. Radiocarbon dating later confirmed the truth. Ötzi lived around 3300 BCE, during the Copper Age, which means he was over 5,300 years old. To put that into perspective, he lived around the time when people were just starting to use metal tools and weapons. But what makes CE so fascinating is the sheer amount of information preserved with him. When his body was found, it was surrounded by his belongings. Everything from his clothing, to his weapons, to even his food. Here are some of the things he carried. A copper axe, one of the earliest examples of metal tools ever found in Europe. A quiver with arrows, a longbow, and a dagger. Birch bark containers, which scientists believe were used to carry embers for starting fires. And even carefully crafted clothing made of leather, hide, and grass fibers. It's like we found a complete time capsule of life in Copper Age Europe. But that's not all. C also had over 60 tattoos, most of them lines and crosses located on joints and pressure points. It's possible that these tattoos were an early form of acupuncture for pain relief. Incredibly, scientists even studied the contents of his stomach and found the remains of his last meal, a mix of grains, ibex meat, and even traces of herbs. But perhaps the most exciting part of the story is how C died. For years, people debated whether he froze to death or was killed by someone else. Later studies revealed a shocking truth. An arrowhead was lodged in his shoulder, cutting a major artery. He also had defensive wounds on his hands. All of this evidence points to a shocking conclusion. C was murdered, making his discovery not just a window into prehistory, but also one of the world's oldest unsolved murder cases. Today, C rests in a special, refrigerated chamber at the South Tyrol Museum of Archaeology in Bolzano, Italy. Scientists continue to study him, uncovering new secrets about his genetics, health, and way of life. Thanks to the incredible preservation of his body and belongings, we have learned more about Copper Age Europe from studying TSC than from any textbook ever could. So the next time you hear about hikers discovering something unusual, remember the day in 1991 when two people stumbled upon a 5,000-year-old man in the ice. What do you think is the most fascinating part of Ötzi's story? His tattoos, his weapons, or the mystery of his murder? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss more incredible stories from history.